Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Infinite Magic raid. Today we got 100 Mythic shards. Let's go. We're gonna pick out our very first Mythic hero. I'm gonna quickly go over the kits of all of them. I haven't reviewed them in a while. Last time before in beta there was only like 4 or 5 of them, so there's a lot of new ones. I'm gonna try to be quick, but some of their kits is like reading an entire novel. We're gonna go through them quickly though. Okay, so we got a red mark. Brynhild switches to a heavy sword form. This school's cooldown cannot be reduced or increased. Axe 1 extra turn. Okay. Oh god, one of these where you gotta like do skill switches and stuff. Okay, so her ultimate switches forms. Okay, so let's go back to the original form. Her passive has 2 battle forms, heavy cannon and heavy sword. Her initial form is heavy cannon, which reduces the direct damage she receives by 20% and grants her an additional 30% effect resistance. Okay. Deals 280% defense damage to all enemies after removing all the buffs on them. Cool. So she removes all buffs, and then she deals defense damage. She also has a silence with a 70% chance to inflict silence and reduces the target turn meter as well. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's switch her forms and then see what her other abilities are. Brynhild switches to the heavy cannon form. Okay, we already knew that. Brynhild deals 20% more direct damage and deals 40% extra crit damage. Interesting. Selects an ally and summons a wolf spirit to possess them for 2 turns, during which reduces all damage taken by the possessed ally by 40% and counterattacks the attacker after taking active damage, dealing damage by 200% of defense. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's a little passive, and when she gets hit, counterattacks. That's nice. Deals 2 stages of defense damage to a single enemy. This attack ignores immortal, damage, immunity, and shield. Okay, so she's PvP, clearly. Cool. Lucifer, I know what this guy does, but we'll go through the kit really quick. He's red mark as well. Deals 840% attack damage, deals 20% more damage if the target has a buff or debuff. Okay. At the start of the wave, he grants himself stealth. When he's under stealth, it increases his crit rate and crit damage. The duration extends 1 more turn if Lucifer is under stealth status when he kills a target. If not, he goes back into stealth. Okay. Deals 550% attack damage to a single and does the feebleness 1, which makes more damage. Okay. And deals 200% damage to a single enemy. When a crit is triggered, launches another attack after killing the target, attacks the target with the lowest HP. So if he crits, he gets a second attack. If he kills someone, he gets a third attack, and it goes to the lowest HP. When attacking the same target, the damage dealt for the second time is 70% of the previous one. Okay. So that's for the crit attack, the second crit attack. Okay. Great damage dealer, one of the hardest hitting single target in the entire game. Ulcaster. All right, so this guy's control, debuff, AoE damage. He's another red mark. Increases self attack by 40%. That's the big version. Afterwards, deals 200% attack damage to all enemies with a 30% chance to reduce their defense. Okay, that's cool. I like when they do the defense down before the attack. He is a mythic after all. Ulcaster gains a layer of soul of honor for every 1 enemy died. God, it's funny. Each layer increases the damage he dealt by 20% and his effect hit by 20%. This effect can stack up to 4 layers. Okay. Deals 200% attack damage to all enemies, 50% chance to horrify. Okay, looks like a PvP unit again. Because of the horrify. I guess that could be CC in any dungeon, but I don't think you can horrify bosses, so that's not that useful there. Deals 3 stages of 100% attack damage to a single enemy. If stealth is below 50%, he gets leech. If not, he increases his own turn meter. Okay. Damage dealer. Red mark. Cool. Another red mark. Ooh, is this all red marks? What the heck, guys? We only got red marks in this game, huh? Poisoner. So what is this girl? Single target, shield, and bleed. Did I say poison? I meant bleed. Deals 6 stages of 120% to a single enemy. The first stage inflict 2 layers of bleed for 2 turns, and each of the following has a 50% pierce rate. I feel like this is going to hit harder than Lucifer. 6 times 120, and it does piercing, which ignores defense. If you hit details and you go to piercing, you can see ignores the target defense at a certain proportion. Passive, oh my god. She gets soul fragments each time she inflicts a kill, or inflicts it, or does it active. Each piece increases her leech speed and bleed damage dealt by 3%. That's pretty cool. She'll merge the fragments when she has 5 pieces, which increases her leech speed and blah 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 by 15%. She will not gain any soul fragments since then. Instead, she acts. Lukea will not gain any soul fragments since then. Since when, bro? Since when? Instead, she acts for 1 turn immediately and resets all of her cooldowns. Oh, maybe when she gets to this max stack, then she gets a free turn and resets all of her cooldowns. Okay, cool. Deals 3 stages to a single enemy. The first stage inflicts 2 layers of bleed. The second stage deals 10% more damage for each layer of bleed target has, and the third stage is guaranteed to land a crit and deals damage. Wow, she seems pretty good for single target damage. Deals 3 stages with a 50% chance to inflict 1 layer of bleed. It increases to 70% when landing a crit. So you want to build her lots of crit and attack and mastery for bleed. Okay, and hit rate, of course. Okay, seems really good. Seems pretty sweet. Nita, she's a blue mark. She's a poison, a debuff, and an AoE damage. Deals 3 stages of 100% attack damage, each to all enemies with a 60% chance to inflict 1 layer of poison. Grants Nita immune to all dots and converts all poison on her to heal. That's pretty cool. Nita has a 30% chance to pursue and attack enemy targets who have poison cleansed from them. Interesting. She has 3 attempts to pursue and attack targets in each of her turn. It does say cleanse. That doesn't mean when they fall off. It means when they're physically cleansed by a spell, I'm assuming. It does 100% attack damage to all enemies and inflicts deep poisoning. If you have a lot of poisoners, if you have turf, what is it? Turf, tarf, toof, taff, toof, and taff? Taff, turf? If you got any of those guys, you might want to pick this girl. Possibly, because of the deep poisoning. Obviously, this works for everyone. Okay. 100% increases 10% damage for each layer of poison the target has, up to 50% damage. The additional damage is treated as poison damage. So I think that means the additional damage also gets multiplied through this. I think that's why they state the additional damage is treated as poison damage. Okay, makes sense. A1 inflicts a poison, deals damage, restores self HP by 2% as well. That's kind of cool. For every 1 layer of the poison the target has. That's actually a pretty big heal. Cool. Poisoner, awesome. Ben Austin, debuff, removal, cleanse, focus fire. What the hell is focus fire? Removes all buffs from an enemy target, then inflicts resistance buff. This means that they cannot be inflicted with buffs. It's counterintuitive because I would think of a resistance buff would give you resistance, but this is actually block buffs in most games, okay? Cleanses all control effects from all enemies and makes them pursue and attack this enemy target 1 time. Cleanses all control effects from all allies. Wow. So this is like a joint attack, but everyone attacks. That's kind of cool. You can use them in like a blender team, I guess. Like an arena, you know, a typical blender team. Okay. He has 20% chance to cleanse all control effects from any ally who falls under them. This is kind of cool. Goes up to whatever, 28%. Okay. More AoE damage, 30% chance to increase the cooldowns of the target. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Sounds like PvP mostly oriented so far, block buffs and all that stuff. Seems like mostly PvP. Deals 100% attack damage to a single enemy with a 30% chance to reduce their defense. And he has a big version of decreased defense. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, 70% chance. I don't know why they don't make them 100%, but a lot of things are 70% chance in this game for some weird reason. Nordak. Shield cleanse, buff, protection, single target damage. He's a green boy. What was the last one? Green. Blue. Is there only 1 blue? Blue, green, green. There's only 1 blue. That's odd. There's only 1 blue and it's a poisoner. Okay. Well, whatever. It's kind of odd, but that's fine. Nordak. Grants damage immunity to all enemies and shares all self-buff with allies. Okay. Whoa. At the beginning of each turn, Nordak has a 60% chance to grant one of these things. There's a 5% chance to grant one of these bonuses to his allies at the start of the turn. 5%. 5... 15, 20. Okay, 20% chance to grant one of these randomly to anyone. But when he hits his ult, it shares all of his buffs. Okay. Cleanses all attribute debuffs from all allies and grants them a shield. Pretty sweet. Deals 300% defense. That's pretty big for a defense multiplier. deals 10% more damage for every one type of buff he has. He might actually do solid damage, even though he is basically a support. Well, I guess they call him a defense. Interesting. Okay. Luna. This is, now we're into Force Mark. I'm building teams for Force Mark, so I'll probably be getting one of these. Okay. I already know who I'm getting, but I'll tell you after I'm done going through the kits here. Luna. Considered one of the best mythics in the game. I think most people are going to choose Luna because she has the Resurrect. Here's the skills. Cleanses all allies, 5 layers of dots, and all other debuffs, which is nice. Meanwhile, grants them 1 layer of heal. Heal is just 5%. Increases the attack of allies who have 50% or more HP by 40%. That's the big version, which is pretty sweet. Restores the HP of allies who have less than 50% by 20% of Luna's max HP. So you want to build her with high HP and high speed. Revives the selected main target by 40% of her HP and increases the turn meter by 40% if they're dead. Okay? There's not many good resurrectors in the game. This is by far the best resurrector in the game. I'll tell you that right now. At the beginning of the turn, an ally will gain a layer of heal for 2 turns. If heal doesn't work on this ally, Luna has a 60% chance to reduce 20% incoming attack for 1 turn when she takes direct damage. At the beginning of the turn, an ally will gain a layer of heal. An ally, a random ally, if it doesn't, for 2 turns. If heal doesn't work on this ally. What the hell does that mean? At the beginning of the turn, an ally will gain a layer of heal for 2 turns if heal doesn't work on this ally. If it doesn't work, it puts it on no matter what, I guess? Maybe? Increases all allies' turn meter. I even have this girl. I've had Luna for a long time on my beta account. I still don't understand that wording. Increases all allies' turn meter by 15% and grants a resistance debuff. Again, this cannot be inflicted with debuffs. It's not buffing your resistance to them for 1 turn. Grants all allies except for the main target stealth. So she'll choose 1 person and then she'll stealth everyone else, and they'll increase everyone's turn meter. So she's a turn meter booster as well. Hypnotize is basically sleep in this game. You get hit, you wake up. Deals 140% damage with a 40% chance to inflict hypnotize for 1 turn if the target's turn meter is no less than 50%. Okay, so this is a typo. Inflict it if the target's turn meter is no less than 50%. No less. You can't use those words together. No more, no less. No less. So above 50%. It's a double negative. Okay. If it's below, then it restores allies' HP. Okay. Great unit. Considered the best mythic in the game. Most people consider Luna to be the best mythic in the game and Lucifer to be the 2nd best in the game. But I've seen a lot of the other ones built. Madlaina. Okay, she's Force Mark. She is Eternal Sect, if you care. Deals 3... Okay, what does she do? AoE damage and a debuff. Okay. Deals 3 stages of 100% attack damage to all enemies and inflicts 1 layer of Primordial Seed. Taking massive damage from her when a certain number are there. Okay. Increases the target's damage taken by the skill for 4% for every 1 layer of Primordial Seed. Okay, passive. Whenever they restore HP by a total. So if someone heals, then they get Primordial Seed. She consumes 10 layers and crumbles targets when they have 15 layers, slashing them if their HP is below 50%. If she fails to slash them, deals 600% damage. Okay, in this game, I think slashing means execute, means they literally die. So I've never seen that word used anywhere else. But other characters in this game have the word slashing, like the other Force Mark legendary, I forget his name, Zuzu, Zazi, Zizi, or whatever. If they hit someone and they're below that, then they just kill them outright. So that's kind of cool. It should tell you what slashing does, but that's what I've heard in Discord. At least when I'm talking about that other legendary dude, I'm assuming it works the same way here. Deals 2 stages of 75% attack damage to all enemies with a 35% chance to reduce their defense by 60%. That's the big version. Okay, AoE, defense down. Pretty cool. Deals 300% to a single enemy. Attack deals 5% more attack for every layer of Primordial Seed. Okay. And here's the dude who has a literal book It'll take me an hour and a half just to read this guy's kit. He's got turn mirror control, cleanse, removal, buff, AoE damage. I'm just going to let you guys read this one because I don't even want to read this to you guys. He does AoE damage. I'll tell you that. I know one guy who built him, and he says it's pretty beast mode in PvP. Again, tenacity down. This means like your ability to be crit. So that's mostly like a PvP ability. Single target and 2 other random enemies. Crit is guaranteed for targets with debuffs. That's pretty cool. Deals 3 damage to a single enemy. Meanwhile, reduces their turn meter by 10% or 50% when landing a crit. Okay. 15 minutes to read through those skills. I hear the baby churning. We're going to buy this right here. We're going to pick Luna. I'm building Force Mark team. I need Luna as my second support for Force Mark Tower. We're getting Luna. I feel kind of dumb because in my old accounts, I started with Holder, chose Luna. So now I have 2 accounts with Luna and Holder. Okay, so that's her. My very first mythic. Now, question for you guys. Comment below. Stop with the damn pop-ups. Who should I regress for Luna? That's the question. It's probably has to be Holder or Hardak. I'm kind of leaning towards Hardak, and I'll kind of explain why. Holder has this amazing set called a Fearless set, and you can run 2 of them, and it's like all the stats you'd ever need in your life. Okay, it's kind of behind my head, but crit, leech, and mastery, you get 9 trillion%. I have literal 4-star gear on this dude, 4 and 5-star gear, and it's almost impossible to get better gear for him. He has great stats, and then I look at someone like Hardak, and I tried putting some lifesteal on him, probably not ideal. I probably should just go full defense on him, but he's not quite performing as well as Holder, and what am I going to even use Holder's gear for when I'm done? I got really good gear on Holder, I feel like. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Hardak, but comment below. Should I get rid of Holder or should I get rid of Hardak? I'm going to get rid of one of them for the Force Tower, although I do have 3 damage dealers. I don't know. I have some other people down here. Oh, this is the guy I was talking about for slashes. This is Zakazuzuzulu. That was the other guy for slashes. Let me know what you guys think below. Comment below. That's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day. Comment below. Who should I regress? Who should I regress? See you guys. That's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go down there, hit that like button. It really helps me out on the channel. If you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Do that below if you're not already subscribed. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That was another Infinite Magic Raid video. Play to slay. See you guys.